Hello, my name is Bianca from Lucky Crafting Art, and I'm very happy that you're here again. Today we start with this view. I think some of you already know that because we have another list video, I'd call it. And that means that I want to present you different options. In that case, I want to present you different ephemera options. So what kind of ephemera can you craft for your junk journal? So this is going to be an overview, which is perfect for all the newbies. So you see or you get to know the things that you can decorate your junk journal with. That's what ephemera is, things you can craft to decorate your junk journal. And for the oldies, it's also a good overview because at least for me, I always craft the same things. For example, pockets or belly bands, the things you always craft and the things you always have in your mind. But there are times where I get bored of that, and then I sit in front of my junk journal and I'm thinking, what else can I craft? And it doesn't come to my mind. So that's why I sat down and I thought about all the different ephemera options. And at the end of the video, I'll show you the list in whole, and you can take a picture of it or just write the things down for yourself, even write some things on there I might have forgotten. Then please don't hesitate and write that in the comments so I can add them to my list as well. And maybe you get inspired and you see some things that you have forgotten or that you haven't crafted in a while, and you think, oh yeah, that's good. It's a good inspiration. I'll craft that someday again. So that's why we start now. First of all, I have the most obvious one, the pockets or the tuck spots. And some of you might notice this sticky note or post-it from an older video. I don't know if it was the last one or the one before that, but it's not important. But I said in that flip through that I'll make a video where I use these post-its, and this is the video right now. So with these sticky notes and these post-its, I marked my junk journals and the spot where I can find my examples, because I will present you an example for every item I have on my list. So we'll start with the pockets. I've already shown you this beautiful junk journal, and now you can see the sticky notes, and we'll have a look at them right now. So we'll start with this pocket, because this is the most basic one. Here I use a tea bag, but you can use normal paper or whatever you have, and then you glue down these three edges, and then you can tuck something from up here into the pocket. So that's the most simple and basic variant of the pocket. Then this is another pocket that is just a piece of paper that I have sewn into the signature, and I just glued down the bottom edge, and now it is a pocket. Then we have this pocket that is the side pocket, or the corner pocket, I'm sorry. I remember I didn't show you the items right here. So the corner tucks and the side tucks is something from, or a different variant of the pocket, and this is a corner tuck or a corner pocket. So what that means is you glue down this edge, so the side edge and the bottom edge, and then you have this pocket. Yeah, it's like a corner or corner pocket. Don't even know what to say. That is a kind of variant. You can see what I mean. And then we have another corner pocket, so you don't have to glue the pocket at the bottom, but you can glue it also at the top, and then you can tuck something in there like this, and it holds, it doesn't fall out. That's also a cute variant. And then this is another corner pocket. You can also use tea bags with dried leaves in it, as you can see here. And then let me get another journal for the side tuck. So this is the side tuck. You just glue down the bottom and the top and the side, and then you can tuck something inside from the side. So that's basically how you craft the pockets. You just take a piece of paper and then you glue down at least two corners at two sides. For example, the top and the side, and then you have a corner pocket, or all three of these, then you have a side pocket. You could glue this side down, and don't glue this side down, then you could stick something from here inside to the pocket. You could glue down this side, and this side, and then you can tuck something from above in it. So a lot of different options. So for the next item, we have the tags and the cards. For example, a waterfall card. So a tag is basically just a piece of paper or cardboard or whatever in a specific form. So you just have a rectangle where you cut off the upper edges, and then you have this look. For example, this one, you can pull out the inside and put it back in. That is one tag, for example. Then we have the endless tag. Endless tag means that you can flip the tag forever and ever, and then you're at the start again, and you just can keep going forever. So that's why it's called endless tag. And then we have another variant, for example, this one. This is a jumbo tag, so just an XXL tag. And you can just design the upper part of the tag and then write on the other side. Or you can design both or write on both, so whatever you want to do with it. And you can use the tag, for example, to tuck it into a pocket. And then for the waterfall card, you'll see a video right here. Now for the next item, the belly band. A belly band is something like this. So you just take a paper strip and then you glue down at the top and the bottom. And then you can tuck something behind it. And then we have the flaps or the flip outs and the accordion. So here I'm talking about this. You just flap out a piece of paper that you put down with, or that you glue down or stick down with tape. That's the easiest way to do it. I just use a tape strip and then I tape down the extra piece of paper to an already sewn in piece of paper, like half, and then you just flip it out. You can also flip it to the top or flip it down or to this side, depending on where you put the tape. And then the accordion, this is what I'm talking about. So it's kind of like a harmonica. And that just means that you fold it in a specific kind of way. You'll see it right here. Then the next item is the envelope. And when I say envelope, I really just mean an envelope. This is an envelope from a design paper, but you could also use an envelope you get in the mail, for example. And what you can do is you can sew it in like so. And then you can glue that part down like a tuck spot and use that as a pocket. Or what I like to do is I glue it down like so. So then I glue this part down and have a tuck spot right here. And on the other side, I can flip that out and still have a pocket. Or you can just glue it down like so, and then you only have a pocket. But you can also glue it down like so or so, whatever you want to do. That's where you can get creative. Then let's keep going. Here we have a little space because the upper part was the basics. So pockets, tags, belly band, flaps, and an envelope. That's just the basic stuffs. And now we come to the more decorative elements. So these are decorative as well, of course, but these are a little bit more special. Here we start with the slider elements. So, and what I'm talking about when I say slider elements is this. I have to hold it up a bit because otherwise it's shiny. You can hide a die cut or whatever you want to hide, an envelope or piece of paper or whatever, and then you can, just slide it in and out. So now you see it, now you see it, now you don't. So kind of like this. Then next we have the borders, so the paper lace. And here I'm talking about this. So you just use lace and you just glue it down to the edge of your paper, and it's just a little decorative element. And you could also do these lace with paper. There are a few tutorials on YouTube if you want to craft some paper lace, because maybe you don't have real lace or whatever. They both look very beautiful. Then we have the page tab. And a page tab is just maybe a leftover piece of paper that you glue down at the edge of your paper. And yeah, it's like a little page flip helper, I'd say. And if you glue down a few of them at a different height, then you get this folder look, I'd say. Because imagine you have a page tab here and then here, maybe here and there, and then you get this beautiful folder look. And if they're not plain white like mine, and maybe you put on a little dangle, then it really looks cool from the side. And then the next item is the rotating element. So a rotating element is when you use a brad to fixate a card or whatever. You can see it right here. You could overglue that if you'd like with something else. And then you can rotate it. So that just gives you a little bit of extra space to write on. And here you could be creative, for example. And then we have the shaker window. So this is what I'm talking about here. That's just a circus theme. And it's just a pocket or a plastic bag or whatever that I sewn together. And you can just put whatever you want inside. For example, dried flowers or, I don't know, marbles. Rice should work too. So something dry, and then you have something to play with when you're bored. You can just shake that. And it looks really cute. It's not really something that you glue down in your journal, because then you can't shake it anymore, but you can put that in a pocket, and it's just for the people that like to play with something. And after the shaker window, we have the hidden paper clip. And the hidden paper clip is something like this. I know this design doesn't match with this design, but I wanted to do a paper clip with balloons. So I thought I'd just put it in here just so you can see how it works. So the hidden paper clip is just a normal paper clip that I put these balloons onto. And it still works just like a normal paper clip. So you can pin it down and then tuck something under it. But it doesn't look like a paper clip anymore. It looks like cute little balloons that are really floating towards the sky. So we're almost at the end, but before that we have the cluster. So a cluster is just leftovers or whatever you can find, just glued together. For example, here I have a old paper page, an old piece of paper, an old book page. That is what I wanted to say. And then some linen and some cheesecloth, and then I put some paper beads onto it as well. So it's just a few different things glued together. And you could also use that, for example, as a page tab. And that's just a little decorative element in your journal. So a dangle is the beautiful thing that you can knot to your spine, and it's just different ribbons bind together. For example, lace or satin or just normal fabric or beads or whatever you can find. I don't have a journal here right now that has this dangle, but I'll show you a picture right here. So, and that's basically just it. This is my list of different ephemeras and things you can craft to decorate your junk journal, and I hope you liked it. If I forgot something, as I said, don't hesitate to write it into the comment section. And I'll put my hands away, and I already put the sticky notes away so that you can take a picture if you want, and then you can create your own ephemera list so that you don't always have to craft pockets or tags because you can't remember, for example, that you can also craft a rotating element. So maybe that brings a bit more diversity in your journal. And now I hope you have time to craft something, maybe your journal, maybe some ephemeras for it, and take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.